Peace, lovies. It's Amira, also known as Blissfully Mindful, back at you with another Living Mindfully video. Welcome back if you have been here before, and welcome in the first place if you have not. On my way to run some errands. It's a gloomy day. I feel like I said the same thing last week, but yes, it's a gloomy day, so just kind of make the best of it because these errands still need to be run. But anyway, let's head on out because I really get to do it. And also later, wanted to go to Glow, but I'm not sure because it's raining. So, and there's no way I want to walk, you know, looking for these light exhibits in the rain. So I don't think that's going to happen today. But anyway, we're going to do the rest of our errands. So anyway, let's head on out. Alright, you all, we are back from the store. So gloomy. I didn't even really record in the grocery store because it was like so gloomy and I just couldn't do it. I don't know. I was trying to get in the mood and stuff, but I just couldn't do it. It's so gloomy and like, why is it dark at 4 something? Like, what the hell? And then the rain, it was just making it so yucky and sticky, but we're home and I'm so glad to be back at home, out of the yucky weather. It's just so yucky feeling out there. So I'm very, very, very glad to be back into my cozy, comfy home. About to put these groceries away and start some dinner. So maybe I will come back on here when we get some dinner started. I'm feeling like some Indian food today, to be honest with you. I haven't had it in so long. I haven't made it in so long. I hope I remember how to make it. It's like really been a long time. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make some today. So anyway, let me put the groceries away. Baking bread, tending to the garden, about to, I guess, well, now I'm about to actually start making some jerky for a side, some sweet potato jerky for a side. That's boiling, the sweet potatoes. And other than that, I'm just sitting here chillaxing. Well, I guess that's not really chillaxing when I'm like doing all those things. But this week has been pretty good. I learned lessons learned today or this week or whatever from the garden. So you all, those plants, they just cannot be revived. The ones I showed you all last week in the new planter, they are just not, they're not doing it. And it's okay. It's okay because I guess lesson learned from the plants this week, just, you know, when it's time to move on, it's time to move on. You know, I'm just not going to keep, you know, beating it to death, trying to make it happen. And it's just not, you know, they don't want to make it happen. So I'm going to let them move on, and I'm going to move on as well. And we are going to start anew. It's time to shed some old and bring some new, and so that's what we're going to do. And that's so timely, you know, it's the end of the year, and it's kind of what you do at this time of year anyway. So I'm thinking it's quite divine. So I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to flow with the flow. You know, they aren't growing. They're just not, they don't seem to be happy. I mean, one of them is like one leaf left. I think it's like hardly anything left. And I mean, the one in the middle is doing pretty well. So I'm of the 4, I have 4 plants in the planter. Of the 4, I'm replacing 3. The center one that looks sort of like some kind of aloe or something, I'm going to keep that one because that one is definitely thriving. It loves it apparently. So I'm going to keep that one, but the other one's the ivy, and those 2 that I can't identify, we're just going to replace those and get some fresh energy up in here in the garden. And it's so funny because, you know, this planter is right above my head, you know, and so it's something else, you know, so that's why I know it's always talking to me, because it's right there above my head, especially when I'm sleeping. I'm like really feeling like, you know, the plants are communicating some stuff to me. So that's what I got from them. Honestly, the way I decode, I just literally look at what's happening, and it's pretty transparent and it's pretty straightforward. I don't really, you know, get like too ridiculously deep, because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes when you're decoding and you start getting too deep with stuff, I kind of feel like, you know, it's like the ego like kind of easing its way on up in there, and because it just starts to get to be too much. It doesn't need to be all that complexity, you know. It just, for me, it's just what it is. And so that's what I'm seeing from the situation, and so that's how I'm going to proceed moving forward with it. And it's so interesting too this week. I don't know about you all, but I've definitely been feeling the need to do more check-ins and make sure I am what I like to call zooming out, you know, and kind of doing more check-ins with my higher self to make sure I'm not down here too much in the grass, you know what I'm saying, in the weeds. Just been feeling like that, you know, like I need to do more check-ins with that. There are so many, I would say, energetic distractions going on right now just in the world, you know, and I think it causes you, if you don't do those, you know, regular check-ins, I think it causes you to kind of lose sight of like the bigger picture and the more divine plan, you know, in terms of staying kind of on track with that. You know, there's a delicate balance of kind of, you know, evolving and staying grounded. You know, there's definitely a delicate balance, and for me, the way I do that is just the frequent check-in, just kind of make sure, you know, I like to stay balanced just enough, but not too, grounded, I'm sorry. I like to stay grounded just enough, not too much, you know, because you get, I don't know, sometimes you get so enmeshed in all this stuff going on here, you know, that you kind of, I think you need to come out of your head a bit and kind of refocus and see the more grand picture, and zoom out and see the bigger picture and the grand design of things. And so that's what I've kind of been doing this week. Just start a new chant for the meditation. I started, this is the second week. Yes, so this is the second week. Oh my goodness, I watched the documentary on Tina Turner, and it's so inspiring. Oh my gosh, she was just so inspiring. And I have done this chant. That was so long ago. I mean, I do different ones, but during my meditation, you know, I decided to do the Buddhist chant, the one that she does. And I find it's so, I don't know, maybe when I did it before, I just wasn't in the spiritual or energetic space to really be open enough to receive it. But oh my gosh, you all, it has been so awesome. Like, definitely so invigorating and refreshing. You know, sometimes I do like to switch up meditation techniques and chants and mantras and all that stuff. I just like to keep it kind of fresh, and I'm, like I said, I like to flow with the flow, and so that's where I am right now. That one, I'm feeling it. It's working for me. It's gratifying for me, and I'm going to keep this one up for a while. So yeah, I've been doing that one, and I'm loving it so much. I'm sure how many of you all out there meditate regularly, and I don't always, it's not about just sitting down in Indian style or whatever, you know, meditating. It's not always like that for me. It's just that I have felt moved to kind of return to that a little bit more. I don't do it for like ridiculously long amounts of time, just honestly whatever I'm feeling moved to do. But I have been doing it for like cycles of 3, you know, for the 108 mala beads. I've been doing that, and I'm feeling it, you know. I'm feeling it. That's what I've been doing. If I move to do it for a longer period of time, I do. Otherwise, that's just what I've been doing, and has felt so wonderful. So, you know, if you all are into that, you know, just share in the comments below. Definitely would love to hear how it benefits you and stuff like that. But yeah, loving that one so much. It's just a quick little story time about that one, actually. So I was like a teenager and was hanging out with this girl, and she was like a wild girl. She was wild, like she was kind of out there. I swear, this was a wild girl. Anyway, she was a neighbor, so I lived on like a couple floors below her, maybe 2-3 floors below her, and she lived upstairs. So anyway, one day, I guess we had been hanging out at my house, then we went to her house. We just went to her house briefly. I think we decided to go out somewhere, and so she was just going to get her stuff. So anyway, went to her house, and you know, we walked in, and oh my gosh, I was like swept away by just this peace, you know. I don't know, it was so tranquil and, I don't know, inviting when you walked in. And her mom was there, and she was doing the Buddhist chant, and I didn't know what it was at the time, because like I said, I was a teenager, and I just wasn't into that. I literally actually had never been exposed to it, so I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what she was doing, but I was so curious to know what she was doing, because she just seemed so at peace while she was doing it. And then I felt that energy sort of, you know, I don't know, just sort of wrap itself around me when I walked into the house. And I thought it was so weird, because like I said, that girl, oh my gosh, she was like, definitely was not on that level with her mom. She was so wild. And so it was so surprising, you know, that was her mom. And I was asking her, oh, you know, like, what's your mom doing? Like, you know, what is she saying? What's that she's doing? Because she had like this extravagant altar. It was so beautiful. It was just a bunch of stuff on it. Not overly crowded. It was actually quite minimal, but just beautiful, you know, stunning. I mean, their whole place was stunning. But yeah, her altar though, it was really nice. So you know, I don't know, she seemed sort of embarrassed, I guess, and I don't know why, because I don't know, I'm pretty open-minded. I have literally always been that way, you all. Just always very open-minded, and just, you know, wanting to learn about different things that I don't know about. Just always want to do that. That was what I've always been. But she, I don't know, she seemed like embarrassed about it, and so she really didn't, she's like, oh, you know, don't worry about her. You know, she just kind of brushed it off. And so I didn't press it, because she seemed uncomfortable, and I didn't want to, like, you know, make her more uncomfortable. But, you know, obviously later on in life, once I evolved and I found my way on the path to things of that nature, you know, I knew what she was actually doing. And I never forgot the chant. That's the funny thing. Like, I never did forget the chant. And so, you know, that's when I said later on, I decided, this was like early 20s, I decided, oh, let me try, you know, I want to try this one. And I mean, I don't know, I guess I just wasn't vibing with it at the time. It wasn't bad, it's just that I wasn't like connecting with it on that level. So I really didn't like get into it all like that. I was doing, you know, it was some other ones I was doing, and I mean, those I was feeling more connected with, so that's what I was kind of focusing on. But yeah, anyway, it's funny how I kind of made my way back to it, and again, it's feeling so good. And I really do feel like it's so divinely timed, because it's a very transitional period for me right now. You know, just not just my mom, but just me working on some inner stuff, you know, and just the plants speaking to me, and me just knowing that it's time for me to receive new things and let go of old things. So it's so timely right now. That's the thing that's really bugging me out. Yeah, it's so timely for this new chant that I'm doing. Everything, you know, this newness is just kind of all around me, and I'm feeling really good about that. So anyway, I didn't really have a whole bunch other than that just to chit chat about. As usual, I have gone on and on and on and on. You all know how I do. But if you have not already done so, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button, comment, share. You know, it helps my channel tremendously. I do know there are so many of you out there that are watching the videos and don't subscribe and turn on your post notifications. So it really helped my channel if you all do that. Since you're watching anyway, you know, go ahead and get comfy cozy. Anyway, I'm about to keep on keeping on. You know, I think I'm about to start some cookies, because I feel like I want to bake today. So of course I baked the loaf of bread. Oh my god, it's so cute, right? It's coming out like a loaf now. I got a new baking pan, as you all saw. So I don't do it in the Dutch oven anymore. I just started with the baking pan, and I love it because it'll be easier for me to cut it into slices now, and that was the main thing. So that's why I got the new baking pan, but I'm so excited about that. And I want to start some, like I said, some different types of bread, but I just did the regular one this week because I actually needed some. We are out of bread, and I wanted to make sure we had some, so in case we want some avocado toast or, you know, whatever, we have what we need, or some garlic bread, or just whatever we need. So yeah, that's it. But anyway, I will see you all next time. I love you all bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches and bunches. Sunflower smooches, peace and love, and I can't wait to see you again. Mwah.